What's going on YouTube? It's your boy YCS coming at you with another episode today. This episode I'm going to do a quick skim of like what's going on in the environment as far as what happened in the YCS just passed in Toronto. As you guys probably know already, the top two in the end of the top two decks were basically Lazar, Bolito, and Royce and Claire, two really good players, really nice guys. Well, I met Royce and Claire, I haven't met Lazar, Bolito, I met Dale for like a minute. Anyway, there was two X-Saber decks in the top. Now, everyone's going to think X-Sabers are the deck to run of the format, and that's wrong. And I'm going to say why it's wrong. Because you can look at Dale Bolito, who's running Infernities. A lot of people thought Infernities were dead, and then you see Dale running, and now a lot of people are talking like, oh, Infernities are good, Infernities are good. You know, you go to a tournament, and everyone will run a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and guess what? Everyone all of a sudden will hype a Blue Eyes White Dragon, thinking, oh, that Blue Eyes White Dragon's a shit, bro. 3,000 attack, no effect, vanilla. 3,000 attack? How the fuck? How could you beat that? You know, everyone's gonna be thinking that shit. It's basically what most players running the environment, and the net deckers are just gonna follow. I'm gonna say net deckers because there's times where people have net deck, but there's times where people just watch a YCS, or wait till YCS, and go, fuck it, who's top 5? Top 8, I mean. I'll just fucking net deck the top. I'll wait till the top 16 list comes out. I'll just net deck the balls out of them. That's it. I don't have time for this shit. I'll go online. Oh, that's what's cool? I'm gonna make it 1, 2, 3. And that's the thing. Like, there's not enough flavor in this environment for people to basically make their own shit. And the very few that make their own shit that are creative, they're praised for it. And I think it's kind of silly. A lot of people go to me and praise me for certain decks I do. And I'm like, well, you see, this is what I did. Step 1. I did see the top 16 deck list. Cool. Step 2. I basically made a deck and in my mind said, fuck it, if I'm going to tournament and they say, there's 16 people there, and those 16 people are the top 16 for the YCS. First of all, fuck. Second of all, I want to have my deck given the best opportunity to beat that top 16. I want to have cards in my deck that are able to handle multiple decks. Or I want to, confidently, play as somebody knowing that my side deck is already ready to whip their ass. Or my main deck has cards in there teched against decks like that. That's why you see certain decks with like 3 DD Crows and like, what the fuck? 3 GBs with 3 DD Crows? That makes no sense. You got Ready Arby. Yeah, but DD Crow's a little bit faster against something like an X-Sabers, And since everyone's dick riding X-Sabers, they're gonna, best matchup GBs will have against, it will be against X-Sabers. So shit like that. I think I seen one scrap deck that I mentioned for a minute that topped some shit like that. And I was kind of shocked at that. I thought scraps would top better than they would. I knew Fables and the Tourists weren't going anywhere. Sorry to you guys who go in hard for them Pineapples, Dust Shoots, what the fuck they call them. And the Fable Ravens, all that. But they're really not going to go because they don't got that speed, consistency, and support that the other decks have. Blackwings, I want to talk about Blackwings. And there was a bunch of Blackwing decks, but none of them made it in. I did a video not long ago, and if you saw my video, my main tech card of choice, which people run in Japan a lot, is Deck Devastation Virus. This is a very volatile card against decks like X-Sabers. Even if you hit Infernities, if you hit the fucking Inferni monsters, if you see one of the guy's deck, how his deck went from Infernities to basically a beat-down version of Infernities. Deck Debbie was do so much things to them, it would just fuck them up. So basically, if you just make a deck and you tech it out your way, you're gonna be good. But if you just fucking go online, print up a fucking sheet and your printer of a fucking deck, and go, fuck it, I'll play that, I'll learn how to be really good with that deck, you'll be not bad, because evidently someone busted their ass thinking about new ideas of tech in it, but you're not gonna be that good. You will have limitations. And most decks, even though you can argue saying most decks there are limitations, well guess what? I know my deck at the inside of my head, back of my head. Like my fucking hand, because I don't really know the back of my head. I'm just hoping it's there. Shit like that. I just posted up actually a scrap deck that I'm working on personally myself. I haven't seen that many scrap decks online, and I didn't see that many scrap decks top. But a scrap deck does top YCS. It's gonna blow everybody out the fucking water. It's gonna be one of those decks that's gonna be talked about. It's gonna be, it's gonna be making that player a little bit more renowned. Not just be renowned as a player, renowned as a person being creative, and they really should not be praised for that. You'll see it like a top 16 list and be like, yo, we got 15 X-Sabers, a little tech here and there, and we got a scrap guy. Okay, first of all, this is what's gonna happen. Whoever's doing points will go, fuck the scrap. Fuck the X-Sabers, scrap guy, I'm gonna talk to you. I totally did that backwards. Fuck the X-Sabers, Scrap Guy talk to you because he's the innovative deck. You know, basically the underdog. So it's a deck that's going to catch people off guard big time. So that's really that. As far as YCS, I want to say congratulations to Lazar Bolito. You know, going into it, I personally, I didn't get to, I wanted to do it, I should have said it on video, but I really felt like the Bolito brothers were going to, either one of the Bolito brothers were going to win, due to the fact that they're on their home turf, and, you know, this is basically really good players, and it's really rare you'll see Lazar Bolito play as much as Del Bolito play. I'm not saying Del Bolito is a bad player, because he evidently is a very good player, but it's just, you know, really rare. You know, congrats to those guys especially, they did a great job. And as well as Roy St. Clair, you know, really cool guy. And second place at YCS is still pretty good. Now, the thing is that YCS was not that many players. It was like, what, 444 players? But to even top it on YCS is a notable feat. I heard there's going to be a YCS in Philadelphia, and I got a couple of comments, and some people are actually writing me, asking me, am I going to be there? I'm going to try to be there. I live like 2-3 hours away, and I have work. I'm going to try to get off as best as possible. I'm going to try to tell them I'm sick, I got AIDS, I got to go to cancer research facility labs. What the fuck I can do to take this deck and enter a YCS. I still got to play this a lot with a bunch of my decks. I don't know what I'm going to play personally off the top of my head, so don't pay me about it. But yeah, I would like to do... smoking. I would like to do a YCS, you know, join a, you know, enter another YCS tournament. I think the Short Jump had a bunch of fun with that, met a lot of players. And it was, you know, it was really nifty. Yu-Gi-Oh. So, I mean, that's my thing with the decks. It really is. Like, there's a lot of people are gonna make it like, okay, here's my Blackwing deck. Okay, what's your tech? Oh, you're gonna love this tech. I'm gonna add 3 Power Dualities and like 2 Cross of Black Feather. I'm gonna run the Black Whirlwind. And you're like, okay. You know, a lot of Blackwing players, the average players were like, fuck, Black Whirlwind got hit. Fuck this deck. Gabaggio. But a lot of good Blackwing players were looking at it a different way. They were like, wait, so Black Whirlwind got hit. So Icarus Attack didn't get hit. Kulut didn't get hit. Sirocco didn't get hit. Deck Devastation Virus didn't get hit. But Black Whirlwind got hit. Took 1 card out. Right? Is that what happened? Cool. I'll still play Blackwings. A lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of people are just running to it. And like, fuck it, I'm done with Blackwings. Hey, you want to trade this deck for X-Saber Emma's Blade? Which, you know, yeah. And a lot of people are doing that. And that's whatever. I'm just saying that's not a good move. If you are a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player and want to still play good, that would not be a good move in my personal opinion. We did say one Lights One deck out there. I would like to see that deck list. Lights Ones, right now, they're not that bad. That one Lights One deck player, I really would like to see his deck list and what he played on. What style of Lights One, how, you know, how he played it, and if you utilize any of the newer cards out right now, because I've been playing Lights One, I've been seeing it's very inconsistent, but the newer cards I'm looking at, and they're not bad, and you could probably mold a couple to the Lights One build. That's out right now currently. There's new cards. I think the Glow Up Bulb or something like that. It's very good on Lights One. There's Cerebros to be phenomenal on Lights One. Lights One is very much still in this game. A lot of people count them out, and it's going to take one person to win like a regionals for everyone to go, holy shit. There's a lot of regionals that are starting to happen now. Probably by beginning of next year, there's going to be more, because in New York we got like, what, I think like 1 or 2. And one of them's like King's Games, so fuck that place. So we got that shit going on right now, so hopefully we'll have more, but who fucking knows. Because I would like to participate in regionals as well. You know? Check out my other video on my other channel, VCTRFS2. I have my scrap deck version 2.0 posted up on it. It's not bad. I'm playtesting my ass off with it, and you know, it's my latest build. I'm still modifying non-stop. You know, I really would like the next one to be here already, and some people could stop dick riding Power Duality and start dick riding some of the new cards, because it's kind of annoying already. Everywhere you go, you see a Power Duality. You got Power Duality. You got Power Duality. I posted on my trade wants list. Yeah, I want a Power Duality, but I'm not gonna go hard for it. Like everyone else is gonna go. It's the new Infirmity Barrier. Everyone went hard for it, paying $60, $70, $80 or so for Infirmity Barrier. I remember going to my sneak preview, people offering $100 for Infirmity Barrier. I remember someone bought a Blackwing Breeze for $25 at my sneak preview, and I was just like, really? 25? You know, they wanted that badly to be the first kid on their block with a block with a Blackwing Breeze. Thumbs up. Go ahead, pay $25 to your Blackwing Breeze, show it off, and wait a month or 2, and then everyone and their mother's gonna have it, and their kids. So that's that. You know, so good. As far as what to expect in a new this new format, do not see this list and go, fuck, this is the list of the format of the next set. Because I really honestly truly feel that the next YCS, which will be in Philadelphia, is gonna have a different top 16, even 32 list. Well, Canada's different from US in that kind of perspective, and in US there's a lot more different variations of decks. I consider it this way: each state has a deck they fucking love. New York will have X-Sabers, Wyoming will have fucking Relinquish, Alabama will have their cousins. Different fucking decks out there. Like Infirmaries and shit like that. I guess you want to say state, but it's not really. But as well as the player on the top player, and you gotta do that little equation, and you're gonna see how different the YCS in Philadelphia's top list will be from the YCS in Toronto that just happened, due to the fact that a lot of different people are playing a lot of different decks. My prediction: we will see X-Sabers as well. They will be there, of course. They're always going to remain in top 16 currently. But we're going to see a lot of different changes as far as what decks go to top. Now, we've had, I think 7 X-Sabers and 5 GBs. I'm thinking we're going to see a little bit of a switch. And the top in Philadelphia is going to be more GBs than X-Sabers. Due to the fact that we got a lot of good GB players in New York, especially, as well as, I know we got a good couple in California and whatnot. There's no Herald Perfection that was in Canada, but I really do feel there'll be one or maybe really risky 2 in the top 32 of this YCS that's gonna be happening in Philadelphia. As well as Scraps is gonna now make its big debut in YCS Philadelphia, and Black Wings hopefully will do way better than it did in the YCS. Now I'm not saying they did bad in Toronto, but I really felt they should have did way better. They should have definitely made a top 8 bracket like that. I think it was top 8 bracket that they didn't make. Pretty sure it was top 8, even to the top 4 bracket Black Wings should have made, due to the fact that they are so much more versatile. They still have that consistency that a lot of decks just don't have. And Black Wings still are a phenomenal deck, and everyone's really going to be underestimating and not really playing hard against it. Playing shit like Consecrated Light, and the good Black Wing players will be like, okay, fuck it. Consecrated Light, set Sirocco, set Devastation Virus, go. Oh, deck Devi. By the way, those Consecrated Lights go to the graveyard. The next Consecrated Lights you draw go to the graveyard, and there goes your out to whatever the fuck I just did, as well as your summon if it is 1500 or less. So look into that, guys. I mean, I know I'm really pushing hard on a deck Devi setup of Black Wings, but it really is a phenomenal deck. You go deck Devi, your opponent basically scoops if he has that many cards in his hand. He can't do shit, and you got Black Wings. You're pounding him every turn. Black Rowan is just icing on the cake. It really is. It's like Black Rowan to me. It's like, okay, they took it's like we did the Lights one. We let us keep slowly charged, but they made Charge Light Brigade to 1. Alright, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna probably do another video on my other channel. It's your boy VCTRFS, my shit, and that's my 2 cents.